And welcome to Bulls Digest post game. We're talking about the Chicago Bulls win over the Washington Wizards tonight as they win 127 to 108 against the Wizards. I think that they had led by as much as 27 points. And so, look, the Chicago Bulls take care of business tonight. We had 7 players who were in double digits, which was terrific for us. And I think that there was one point in the second quarter where the Chicago Bulls went on a huge run. They also were spectacular off the bench tonight versus the Wizards bench. So the Chicago Bulls really took care of business from a team standpoint. And as we jump into the box score, I want to go ahead and talk about, I think, some of the MVPs of tonight's win. And I want to start with Vooch. I think that Vooch was incredible tonight. Look, 19 points. He had 12 rebounds. He had 4 assists. He was plus 23 in the box score. And Vooch did a terrific job of just commanding the paint today. I thought that he did a terrific job of taking it to the Wizards in the paint. And you hear Stacey King talk about the reference to Hakeem Olajuwon because he was out there just making moves. And, man, he was just doing his thing down on the box today. So Vooch played extremely big, and this is something that he's been doing really throughout the season, and he continues to play well. And so Vooch, he absolutely was the MVP tonight. I think he led the way. Next up, I have got to give Ayo Dosunmu an MVP vote as well, because tonight, look, 12 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 rebounds, 1 block. He was plus 22. But more importantly, he was a one-man fast break, and I thought defensively he was all over the place, and you would hear that throughout the broadcast tonight as well. I thought that Ayo really brought the defensive intensity and shows you why he might be the Chicago Bulls' best defender out there. I've said this before. I think he's a player that can switch 1 to 5 out there, and he is going to give you resistance anywhere on the defensive end. So I loved everything that I got from Ayo, and hopefully he can continue to rebound from this slow start. This is what we wanted to see from him. Next up, wanted to talk about Josh Giddey. So Josh Giddey, I talked about him in the pregame, and I was talking about him and just confidence. And one of the things that I talked about just a couple videos with him is just that he's got to go out there and he's got to find ways to just do the things that he can do well, which is assist the basketball and rebound. I feel like the offensive end comes to him. And tonight I thought he did a great job as far as setting the table, the assist. He was definitely one step ahead of the Washington Wizards defensively. We know that defensively the Washington Wizards struggle, but you could really see how Josh Giddey thinks the game of basketball out there. The basketball IQ was on full display on the offensive end, and I like the fact that he was aggressive to the basket tonight. Look, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. I don't know how many times he went to the line, or how many times he pulled a move where he was going to the basket, initiated contact, and then got to the line. So I think that there were a couple times that he did that. So I think he did a great job as far as using his size. And that is something that I think Josh Giddey can absolutely take advantage of. He does not have to necessarily settle for 3-point shots. He can get downhill, and if he can't get past that defender, use his body like he did tonight and draw the foul. I feel like Josh Giddey can do that. He did a terrific job with that. He was plus 14, so I've got to give him credit for coming out and really focusing tonight. And then next up, Kobe White. So Kobe White, he really had it going. 21 points tonight. He had 8 rebounds. I believe he had 2 assists. He also had, I got him down for a block, a turnover, and he was plus 15, but more importantly, 7 of 13. And so this guy really had it going tonight, had him at 5 of 9 from downtown too. So Kobe White doing his thing. I think that he took some wild shots, but they went in. But I think they were more like heat checks. But you get a chance to see just how good Kobe White can be when he is locked in. So I think he did a great job just knocking down shots tonight. And so for our starting 5, I think that they did a terrific job across the board. And as we go into the bench, well, the bench, I think it starts with Jalen Smith. I think that Jalen Smith did a terrific job tonight. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. He had a block. He was plus 1, but I loved everything that he just really brought to the game today. And I love the assist. One of the assists was a backdoor pass to Josh Giddey. You love to see that from Jalen Smith being like a point forward tonight. And I think he did a great job job as far as running the floor. I think that that was really the key that I got out of his game tonight. There was one play where I think Alex Sarr was reaching for a rebound or something like that, and he missed it. But Jalen Smith had the presence of mind to rim run, and it led to a free throw attempt. I think he got fouled on the way to the basket. But I liked what Jalen Smith was doing tonight off the bench, and it's good to see that perhaps he's recovered from the knee injury. And so before we go on a little bit more into the bench, I want to go ahead and acknowledge a comment. So we have D-Law here, says, Modest should have played more. This was an easy game. Stacy mentioned this for free throw discrepancies also. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm going to definitely talk about that with Modest, and I'm glad that he did play. I'll probably lead into that point with Modest tonight. Look, I thought he should at least have gotten some more minutes, especially in garbage time tonight. And I did like what I saw from Modest yet again, because he didn't just shoot 3-point shots tonight. I think that he showed that he can get to the basket. That was good. We also seen a nice dunk from him as well, getting active on the defensive end with the block and the steal too. And you can see that Modest Buzelis, man, he's really going to be a good player, and it's all about him getting out there and playing. And this is the type of game that you want him to play, especially when you don't have Patrick Williams out there available. You need to play him. And I think that one of the other things that Stacey King talks about towards the end of the game is, can you imagine if you put Modest Buzelis out there at the small forward, which he feels like that's his natural position? Maybe you do get Cooper Flagg next year, and imagine what that lineup's going to look like. And I mean, it sounds good. And just looking at the clips from Cooper Flagg, like, it seems like it would be a great fit. But once again, you've got to develop these younger players that you have right now, which is Modest Buzelis, which is why I've questioned this front office and what they're going to do as far as getting in position to get a good pick this next season. And so we'll see what happens. But just going back to this game, I think that Modest Buzelis absolutely should have played a little bit more. Dalen Terry, look, 2 points tonight, a couple assists. He was negative 24, but I still liked him just being a pest tonight. So I like that. It's not necessarily about just the stats for him. It's just about the energy that he brings off the bench. A great job from Julian Phillips tonight, coming off the illness. 8 points. He had 5 rebounds. He had an assist. He was plus 22. So to come off an illness and be a plus 22 like that, that lets you know that he's a huge piece off your bench. And I think that him and Dalen Terry, I think they feed off of each other. And so it was good to see him out there tonight. And THT, look, he would be the third MVP of the game for me tonight. Look, 13 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 1 steal, 1 block, plus 12. But what I like most about THT is he has been prepared to play. And even though he was not getting, I guess, playing time, to see him come out here and still be impactful every time that he's out, he's going to make it tough for Billy Donovan, I think, as this season continues to go along and you're looking and searching, trying to figure out this rotation. I don't know if THT is going to be a part of the long-term fit for the Chicago Bulls, but I think he's showing that he can definitely help you out. And so, look, I like THT. I liked what he brought off the bench. He was a positive tonight, leading the way. He does have the championship experience, so I think that this is a player that helps you regardless of what direction you're going. And so I think that that was a great situation for the Chicago Bulls tonight. And so before we jump into the team stats, just checking the chat one more time. Don't see anything new here. So now let's go ahead and jump into just the team stats and some of the key takeaways from tonight's game. And so just looking at this game, I think that the biggest thing to really take out of this is that, for the first time, the Bulls points in the paint, 60-46. That is a great sign. The fact that we lead in the paint, and I talked about how Vooch really, I think, set the tone for this team to go in the paint. And so that's a great job for the Bulls, getting 60 tonight and holding the Wizards to 46. Next up, the fast break points. So 25-18 for the Bulls. I talked about Ayo being a one-man fast break. I think that he did a terrific job just getting out in the open floor. Josh Giddey, I talked about him and just kind of setting really the table for everybody tonight. And I think that just comes down to playing at the correct pace. And so I think that our guards did a great great job as far as getting this team into those positions, especially after the first quarter. It looked shaky, but after that, they really took off. And so next up, look, the Wizards had more turnovers than the Chicago Bulls, so that is a plus for us tonight, that the Wizards had more turnovers than the Chicago Bulls, and we did not have 20, so that's a good thing. So hopefully we get better at that. And then as far as the blocks, I got us at 4-3 there, so you can see that the activity was a little bit different for the Chicago Bulls tonight. As far as the field goal percentage, I think that also really kind of tells the story of the game, because we were 50% tonight from the field and 35% from three. So we shot it pretty well, shot it along the lines of just pretty much where we're at. But the Wizards, they really struggled from downtown. I think that there were countless times that they settled for three-point shots, and you could tell that they got stagnant as well. So it's like you could tell they were trying to figure out what to do. So only 27% versus the 42.9% too as far as their field goal percentage. We had 29 assists tonight, so that is very good. So just another great team effort from the Chicago Bulls. I know it is against the Washington Wizards, but hey, you've got to learn how to win somewhere. And so I think that the Chicago Bulls do a great job tonight in taking care of business. And I think that they played down to the competition maybe in the first quarter, or let the Wizards really take it to them. But then they went ahead and did a self-correct here. And so anyway, I think that is pretty much it. Just wanted to check over into the chat to see if we had anything tonight. But don't see anything else, but the Chicago Bulls win against the Washington Wizards. We're going to do a post-game video after that. So, look, this is Bulls Digest, and I just want to say, even though it's the Washington Wizards, and we got this win, and we're really hyped about that, I'm still saying go Bulls, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.